My name is Alessandro, and I'm an extension agent for the LSU Ag Center. And what I specifically do is I work with the Louisiana MarketMaker online resource tool. And what that online resource tool does is think of it similarly to Facebook. But instead of sharing you or creating a profile about you as the person, you're creating a profile about your business, your farm, your ranch, your fishery, whatever it may be. And this allows you to share your farm, your products, as well as any other information that is related to that farm with other people. You typically, if you go to the farmer's market, word travels by mouth. If you have good product, people will come to your table because they heard from other people at the farmer's market that your table is the place to go for, let's say, cucumbers or peaches or whatever product you may have. Now here you are able to reach a little bit further. You can get out of the pocket of the state you're in and reach people all across Louisiana. And that goes both ways. There's a lot of people out there looking for certain products. They can now use MarketMaker to find your farm. But at the same time, if you have any leftovers and you are looking for, let's say, a processing or a packaging shed, you can look for those businesses as well and then connect with them. And that comes in two forms. One time over the website, which is www.la.foodmarketmaker.com, but then also via a mobile app we have created. Now, this is not an app you will find in the App Store. This is a website you have to type in, but this allows you to use MarketMaker on the go. So let's assume you're visiting your parents in Lafayette, but you're originally from Ruston. Or you living in Ruston, but your parents are in Lafayette. Now you want to find some local produce, but you don't know the Lafayette area that well. Well, in this case, you can pull up your phone, use this app, and find the local farmers market, and then go and find the products you're looking for. And what I will actually do in this presentation, I have this filled out, or I can show it, but we might as well go ahead and do it live. I have the website pulled up, which is right here. And if you type in MarketMaker, this is the website that comes up. And if we now go to the search function, which we do by just clicking search, this map will open right here. And now, what is a typical product that people are looking for in the part of the state we are currently talking in? We are currently in Northeast Louisiana. What is a typical product, would you say?
In the summertime, okra, tomatoes.
Okay, well then let's have a look for okra. So what we can do is we can type into our search bar, and then we can type in okra. And now, once it updates, it will show us wherever it in this map has okra. And you can view this either via this map or you can click on a list. And then as you see, the first one here is, for example, Armstrong Farms. That is, if I'm not mistaken, Harper and Ashley. Ashley was supposed to speak today as well, wasn't she? Well, if we then go ahead and actually click on this farm, the profile will open. So once we click on this, here is their profile. And now this is actually a good example because you can see that they have gone ahead and put every piece of information you need. You have an email address, you have a telephone number, you have an actual physical address. And the great thing is this is also mapped out. So if you live a little bit off the grid, shall we say, and it's you have a place that's a little harder to find, your customers are able to map this out and they don't have to call you 5 times before they actually arrive at your front door. You're also able, if you look over here, to actually connect to their social networks. So they have connected their Facebook page to this, and they have a little bit of an about us. So they are third generation farmer. They have crops on over 1,000 acres in Bastrop. They uploaded some pictures of their produce. And the great thing is down here, you have all the other information you need. So for example, if you're looking for fruits, they have watermelon. But how do they sell that watermelon to me? Well, various ways. For example, through a farm stand. They also do a farmer's market. They deliver it to you locally. They sell it to you on their farm. They also supply schools with it. And you are able then to also see down here their vegetable selection. So they have beans, they have cabbage, they have collards. Once again, what product form do we offer them in? Fresh, frozen. How do we sell them? And this allows you to be found. For example, if you select farm to school, schools and school districts are able to find you and your farm and connect with you. And the Lafayette Parish School System actually utilized MarketMaker to find several farmers they're currently sourcing from. Now, what you can also do, and this makes MarketMaker quite interesting, let's assume you are a farmer, you have produce left over. You are able to find a buyer of those fruits and vegetables. So you type in buyer for fruits and nuts, and then once again, the map will update. And now we can view once again, either via the list here or via the map where those people are. We can zoom in, and if you want to, you can also, and this is one of my favorite tools, if you just have the map, you can also look specifically in, one moment, you can also look specifically, I'm in Arkansas right now, here, now I'm back in Louisiana. I can draw an area out that I want to specifically look into. So let's say I'm interested in this area here, not a specific parish, but that area. Then I can click on my tools, select tract, and draw that area. And then it will give me the results out of that specific area. And as you can see, it's currently loading, and it has found 37 in that area. And then once again, I can either view it over that list or click here. And we, for example, have Richland Parish Produce as a vendor in that area, and you can click that button, and there's the profile. And this is, in my opinion, pardon?
I'm sorry. I wanted to, if I could break in with a couple of questions for you.
Yes, of course. Please go ahead.
Okay. Ms. Patricia would like to know if it would work to search for the different names of okra, such as Clemson spineless.
I'm sure we can, because you can here look for okra, and then I'm sure we can look for specific, because I know we can look for attributes, certification. We can look for product forms as well. So unfortunately, we can't look for the specific type, it seems, but we can look for the verified attributes. So there's, for example, no preservatives in it, and we can look for the product form you're looking for. So if you're looking for fresh okra, then all we have to do is select fresh, and it will update. And well, those two places right here would be the ones that have okra in the area we drew that is fresh, or sold as fresh. And is there another question maybe as well?
So you could contact those producers that come up and ask them about the specific varieties?
Exactly. You can, for example, we would now click on M&W Produce. So then their profile opens, and you are now able to either contact them via email, phone, and if we look further down here, you see all the information. So we are looking for okra. Here it is. They didn't give me any information based on what type of okra they're growing. For corn, for example, they said we're growing sweet corn specifically. Peas, they have southern peas. Peppers, they have bell peppers as well as hot peppers. The more information you put in, the better it is. The more you put in, the more you get out. But what is also cool is you can go ahead and look for farmers markets. So if we clear all our filters, you're able to look for markets. So for example, if we type in farmers market, right down here, we can search for those and give my computer just a minute here to update. And so any market that you are selling to, you can affiliate yourself with it. So if we look at our map.
Okay, Mr. Ernie from Shreveport Farmers Market would like to know if his farmers from East Texas and South Arkansas are eligible to sign up for MarketMaker.
Yes. So let me go to our main website real quick and let me show you this. So this is Louisiana MarketMaker, and I'm responsible solely for Louisiana. But if you go to the main page, you will find something down here. partner states. And if you click on learn more, it will show you a map. So as you can see, there is the dark orange states are states that have someone just like me. So in Louisiana, I'm responsible for Louisiana, but then you have someone in Texas, you have someone in Arkansas and Mississippi and so forth. Now for these states here, so for example, Alaska doesn't have a person directly assigned to it, but MarketMaker was developed at the University of Illinois. And National MarketMaker is there too. So you still have the service there. It's just you don't have a person like me. So if you have any trouble, you can contact me. There you would go through National MarketMaker, but this is absolutely nationwide. It covers all 50 states, even Hawaii. And all they have to do is, for example, the farmer in Arkansas, all they have to do is click on Arkansas. And as you can tell, instead of the website now changed. You see, it says Arkansas, and the website is now ar.foodmarketmaker.com instead of la.foodmarketmaker.com. So absolutely the same thing there. All they have to do is just go to their respective state and they are good to go. The reason why I would use this, or why I think it is such a great tool, is you are now able to, a lot of people are using the internet nowadays. And think about how we get most of our items, Amazon, etc. That's all online. During the COVID pandemic, a lot of people used Walmart delivery or, sourced their food in other ways online. People expect the same from farmers markets, more or less. In Baton Rouge, when the COVID pandemic hit, we had a lot of people do drive-in or drive-through farmers markets, which basically allowed people to pre-order using websites such as MarketMaker, and then when they were at the farmers market, their order was ready. All that happened was it was loaded into the car and they were on their way, so it was contactless. And this is, in my opinion, the next step. If you want to be seen or find other people or be found by other people, then I would highly recommend you to use MarketMaker, especially since it's free. You have nothing to lose. And another thing I want to show you before my time is up, on our Farm to School website, you will find here, we have a section called Producers. And if you click on Producers, you will find here a section for MarketMaker. And if you click on that section, you will find several videos. These are tutorial videos. So if you are a little older or not as well versed using computers, or you have some difficulty, you are welcome to watch any of these videos and they will walk you through step by step. Unfortunately, I am the one that voiced them over, so you will have to listen to me with my German accent, but they are quite informative and you should be able to register for an account and be well on your way. This is highly recommended for any farmers markets, but any producers as well. And this covers everyone. You can be someone that is raising cattle. You can be someone that is growing fruits and vegetables. You can be someone that, has a fishery. We have a lot of fishermen here in South Louisiana that are also on MarketMaker. And you can also be just someone that has a processing shop. So if somebody has deer meat and they need to process it somewhere, that's one way to do it too. Now, what you will have noticed, however, is that you can do everything over MarketMaker except for one specific thing, and that is doing an actual transaction. We are working on it, but so far, in order to do a transaction, you have to talk to someone else, and that is Kami Semik, who is also on this call, and she will talk to you about Food for All, which is a platform that allows you to do exactly that transaction.
Okay, you have a couple more questions if you don't mind.
No, please go right
okay.
ahead, and then we will switch over to Kami.
Great. Wendy would like to know if she can use MarketMaker. She has a business, but she's not yet affiliated with a farmer's market. Can she still use it? And also, are there requirements to be listed, such as insurance?
No. Let me show you two things real quick. So you don't need to be affiliated with anyone. If you have a farm, if you have an agricultural business, you can have an account, you can have a profile, and you are on MarketMaker. That's it. It's free. There is nothing to worry about. If you can even sign up and have a profile as just a general member. You don't even have to be a farmer, if you will. Now, let me show you this, because this is a really good profile to explain exactly this. So I opened the Lafayette Parish School System profile, and as you can see, everything looks just the same. However, instead of farmer rancher, it now reads buyer right here. And these are all the products they're looking for. It's all listed right here, just as it is on the other profiles. But now look down here, they have another section which is additional information and risk management requirements. Lafayette Parish would require you to have liability insurance. However, would you have to have GAAP or GHPs? Would you need to be certified? Well, it's preferred, but it's not necessary. So a lot of those customers are able to provide you with that information. You're welcome to list that you have insurance. That's always, in my opinion, a big sales argument, because nothing says, I stand for my product, then having insurance for it too. If my product is perfect, you will not have any issues. However, if you do, for whatever reason, I'm insured, we will get through it together. Don't worry about it. That is a big sales factor. And Lafayette, for example, requires 1 million liability. That sounds like a big number, but it's actually not too expensive. I know Farm Bureau has a lot of policies of that kind, but you don't need to have insurance in order to have a profile. There is many farmers on here that I believe don't have insurance, or have, maybe if anything, just liability. There isn't really too many requirements. The only requirement I have is that, if you create a profile, please make sure you put all the information in it, because there's nothing more annoying if customers want to get in contact with you and they can't, and they are always so upset that they can't get the fresh produce that they just, discovered, because, there is a missing telephone number, or, missing information. I've a lot of emails sometimes coming in of people saying, I really need this product, or I'm really looking forward for it, and they are just not responding to me. And, it is sometimes heartbreaking, because there is a lot of displaced Louisianians in all of the United States that, especially when certain products are in season, they are rushing to buy it. And they use this website for that, for example. Are there any other questions?
You have one more question from Miss Cindy Murphy. She's asking, what about flowers?
That is also an option, if I'm not mistaken. Let me have a look real quick, because I don't want to promise anything, but I believe flowers. Yes, we got it right here. We have edible flowers, sunflowers, safflowers. So, for example, what does she do? Is she doing cut flowers? Do we know? Well, in case she is doing cut flowers, if we click cut flowers, then you will see it updates. And let's have a look how many we have in Louisiana. So it shows me 7.
Yes, she said they're doing cut flowers.
Well, there's currently 7 people in all of Louisiana that have created a profile on MarketMaker that have them. So she would be one of those, well, then 8 results. So a good chance of being discovered and, probably having some business. I have spoken to some farmers in the past that I met at, trade shows and conventions, and they said, and this is, in my opinion, a very important part. None of them ever came up to me and said this was life-changing. It isn't. It isn't going to be life-changing. But they said I had a good solid 2 or 3 additional calls every week guaranteed. And 2 or 3 calls guaranteed every week, that is, in my opinion, a very good business upgrade for something that you invested a little bit of time on but didn't really pay any money